IPEX is the only producer of UL 1738 in a PVC product. In June, we're going to roll out in a CPVC product as well. But there are other 1738 compliant products.
Welcome to the Home Comfort Zone podcast. I'm Theresa. I'm the marketing manager here at All Comfort Services. Today, I welcome Carlos Albelo from IPEX USA. Welcome, Carlos.
Thank you.
So Carlos is going to be talking about flue gas venting products today.
Correct. Yep. We're
And-
going to go into directly at UL 1738.
Okay, UL 1738. Why does that matter? What is that?
So it's actually a standard of how the pipe is made. So all gas-fired appliances should be vented using UL 1738. The current standards basically allow for white pipe. So PVC, CPVC, SDR, go down the list, you can name them all. The appliance manufacturers are saying, yes, white pipe is good for venting flue gas, which in actuality it's not, it fails. All the ASTM standards for all those other pipes that I talked about actually mention within the standard that it is not an approved product for flue gas venting. In most instances, they'll talk about for liquid handling purposes only, under pressurized systems, but none of them say, yes, use it for flue gas venting.
Okay, so the manufactured product, the white pipes that people see outside their home when they drive by any home or businesses have this white pipe, and the manufacturers say it's not for...
It's not intended for the purpose that they're using it for.
Okay.
So and to clarify, the manufacturers of the pipe, right? So I work for IPEX. IPEX is a manufacturer of pipe, of plastic pipe, PVC, CPVC, all the other ones that we can name as well. That pipe in particular is not made for flue gas venting. So all the manufacturers, interestingly enough, none of the pipe manufacturers, go down the list, there's 42 of them in the US, will give you a document that says you can use white pipe, PVC, CPVC, SDR, DWV, any of those. They will not supply you a document that says, yes, you can use this for flue gas venting. On the contrary, they will tell you not to use it for flue gas venting.
Okay, so now fast forward to this has been in practice for many years. And so why is this coming up now? Because everyone who has been installing these things have been using white pipe. So why is it coming up as a topic now?
So it goes back to about, I want to say at least 20 years in Canada. It's been used. They use a different system. It's called ULC 636. In the US, we dropped the C because we're not Canadian, so we use UL 1738. That has actually been on the books for probably 15 years. It's been part of the ICC, so the International Building Codes. It's been part of that for quite a bit. It's just never been enforced in the US. What's happening is now we're realizing this is a life safety system, so people are dying because of exposure to carbon monoxide, right? We know that carbon monoxide within your household is probably not good. And we've learned that white pipe in certain circumstances is the contributor to it. So now we've learned that 1738, we do have a product that can mitigate that loss of life, and that is UL 1738.
Okay, and this product is something you produce, your company produces. Are there other companies that produce it as well?
Yeah, so IPEX is the only producer of UL 1738 in a PVC product. In June, we're going to roll out in a CPVC product as well. But there are other 1738 compliant products. For example, Centrotherm has a polypropylene product that is UL 1738 compliant. Duravent has a stainless steel product that is also UL 1738 compliant. But as it sits right now, IPEX is the only one that has a UL 1738 listed product in PVC, and like I mentioned, soon coming CPVC as well.
So right now, what's happening in Wisconsin with this product?
So we've had a lot of confusion. Going back to November 1st of 2025, when the new code was announced. The new code was only announced for commercial. So right now in the state of Wisconsin, every gas-fired appliance should be vented with UL 1738, with the exception of single family and duplex. So anything else, if it's a 3-family or more, or any commercial application, is mandatory to have UL 1738. Now there are some municipalities that have chosen to enforce 1738, or at least have tried to hold the contractors' feet to the fire when they pull a permit to say, hey, you should be using UL 1738. But some municipalities have had to kind of go back a little bit on that, especially, well, specifically in residential. And commercial, we know it's mandatory.
Okay, so we are a residential company.
Right.
And right now, we can install this for customers who request it. We are following the guidelines from the municipalities, and we're slowly going to be offering this in our quotes. But anyone listening to this and want to get this installed when they do a new system?
Yeah, so I think that what's happening, like you guys, most of the residential contractors that are, I would say, ahead of the curve slightly, are offering it to their customers as an option, because again, this is a life safety system. This is a product that's actually made to vent gas-fired appliances, where again, white pipe is not.
So what happens if someone has a system already installed and it's the white pipe and they had it 5 years ago? Are there going to be retroactive requirements?
I don't believe they're going to go retro, but it will be new installs going forward. We're seeing some stuff coming down as early as 2027. It's kind of like that point where we think it's going to go on a national level. It could be as late as 2028, depending on the state cycle, because most states don't issue a new code every year. Typically every other year, sometimes every third year, just depends. But as you guys are doing with your customers, you're trying to future-proof, because what's happening with most basements is they get finished. So if you have, let's say, a 7 or an 8-year-old furnace, you're kind of halfway through its life, expected life of that product. So most likely you're probably going to still be living in that house and have to replace that furnace. If now your pipes are buried under drywall and you pull a permit to do a furnace 7 years after, now you need to redo all that pipe, because 1738 is tip to tip. So it's from the exhaust of the appliance all the way out of the house or the residence or the building, I guess.
So if you know you're going to be doing a remodeling project, you might want to consider.
It would be, so 1738 is a little more expensive than every other white pipe that's on the market right now. But if you take that into consideration, what's less expensive? Changing your pipes now before you conceal them all with drywall, or waiting 7 years and then tearing down all that drywall to then put in 1738 approved pipe and redoing the drywall again?
So this poses a lot of concern. I would imagine people listening to this. And so why was it implemented on the commercial side?
That is the big question. No one, I mean, so according to the state of Wisconsin, DSPS, the Department of Safety and Public Services, I believe is what that stands for, decided that on the residential side, so UDC, the Universal Dwelling Code, which is what applies to residential, that they will accept the manufacturers, so the appliance manufacturers' recommendations. But those recommendations are even more fuzzy because then they will list all the different types of pipe. Again, PVC, CPVC, ABS, DWV, SDR. I'm sure I'm missing a couple. They'll mention all of those. Though even in some instances, there's manufacturers that will refer to ULCS 636, the Canadian standard, and UL 1738. And then at the bottom, they'll put, but also refer to your local municipality for the latest and greatest updated code for compliance. So they kind of leave it all out there for the contractor or the individual customer to say, okay, I want to use this pipe. Unfortunately, most residential owners are not up to date on what pipe they should be putting in with their furnace. And 9 times out of 10, unfortunately, we hear that, just put whatever's cheapest in there. Which in this particular case may not be the best solution because, again, this is a life safety system. This is not, you're not moving water from the kitchen sink to the drain. You're trying to get gases that can ultimately kill you and your family overnight as you sleep in your own home. It's kind of bad that way.
Yeah, so that puts a reality into it. And so, homeowners watching this, what's the best thing for them to do? I know they can call us and we're going to inform them. We're going to give them options. We're going to give them the information. What about other people who are watching this right now?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest question is contact, or I guess the biggest recommendation is to contact your local municipality and ask them what they're suggesting that you should do for your own home. But at the end of the day, you have to be responsible for your own family and your own well-being. So me, myself, I've replaced all mine in my personal home because I don't want to have to worry about that.
So what's entailed in that? Let's say someone listening and they want to, I want to put that pipe in now. What would be needed to do that type of work?
So UL 1738 is very specific. So it encompasses pipe, fittings, primer, cement, and an inspection process as well. So it's a full system. So again, like I mentioned before, IPEX is the only manufacturer of PVC in 1738. So from that perspective, it's pretty easy. You won't be able to mix manufacturers and do something wrong that way. So as long as you're buying all IPEX 1738 products, you will have a successful system.
What goes into replacing, let's say a homeowner wants to have that pipe replaced now?
Sure.
What would an installer, an HVAC installer need to do?
So your installers, your professional guys are gonna go in there. It's not a 2 or 3 day process. They're gonna go in there, they're gonna open the cover, they're gonna release the exhaust, they're going to pull that existing pipe out. You may have to cut it in a couple places just so it's easier to maneuver in and out, but then they can simply replace the UL 1738 pipe in its place where it sits, where the white pipe previously was.
Could an HVAC company take that project on a day?
Sure.
Apart from having if someone already had existing drywall, that would be a whole nother thing.
If your pipes are covered, it's going to be a longer process because then you've got to remove drywall, remove pipe, replace drywall. So you're looking at a longer period there. But if you're just replacing pipes, your professionals should be able to complete that within a 1 day job.
All right.
I would suspect. We also have a lot of documentation available on IPEXNA.com. It's just good resource to look at 1738 product. All the, I guess, what would you call it? All the certified literature is there, so they can look at that stuff and make good decisions.
We can provide that information when they make an appointment.
Sure,
And,
absolutely. Yeah, you guys have all that stuff as well.
You know, is there another example of something where we all know you shouldn't use this for this? You know, I was thinking like gallons of milk in a plastic container, or balloons you don't want to use, like things like we all know as a consumer that it's manufactured for that, and we take that, we know not to do that, and that's what you guys, that's why you go to the manufacturer. I don't know.
So that's actually a good analogy. So you know that your empty gallon of milk should not be used to transport fuel. You shouldn't put gas in it. Will it hold it? Sure. Is it going to hold it for a long time? Maybe. But it's not meant for that. That's why I use the red cans, right? The red cans are made for gas. You don't put your milk in your gas cans. You don't put your gas in your milk jugs. Same thing here with the white pipe. Shouldn't be using it for flue gas venting, according to the standards. ASTM says not for flue gas venting. And then UL 1738 is meant for flue gas venting, so you're probably not going to run your regular drain, waste, and vent through a UL 1738 listed product, which you most certainly can, just like you can put your milk in your gas jugs.
Mm-hmm.
So more clarification comes with that ASTM standards that say the white pipe is not for flue gas venting. The state, again, has kind of convoluted that a little bit, saying follow the manufacturer's, the appliance manufacturer's recommendation. And the appliance manufacturer says, yes, you can use white pipe. But then the white pipe manufacturers say, no, you can't use white pipe for flue gas venting. And then the state is saying for commercial, you have to use UL 1738. White pipe is no longer good for a new installation. But on residential, you can use white pipe, depending on the municipality sometime. So it's still a really gray area.
Right. And when
especially on commercial.
Right.
Or excuse me.
Residential.
On residential.
Right. See, it's confusing with it. So when you say appliance, a lot of people in the industry, we use the word appliance. And so that's Lennox, Carrier,
yes,
Mitsubishi, any type of...
It is manufacturer agnostic. It doesn't matter who's making it. Mm-hmm. It's the flue gas byproduct, right? So when you're burning gas fuel, that's what creates the carbon monoxide. And that's what we're trying to expel from outside of the building envelope, the residential home in this case.
Okay, well, we've provided a lot of information for people to think about, and hopefully it's not too confusing. And we will just stay tuned and watch this unfold.
Yes, it will be amazing. I'm sure there's going to be more questions.
Right.